2.6, 2.7, number 13. You should have a similar function. Again, they're rational. There's a top and a bottom. Mine's got a 4x on top. Yours is probably different. I'm going to find all the parts, and then I'll show you what the graph looks like, and then we'll know why it's fitting in the way it fits. So the first thing, I like to look for the holes, restrictions. You might start out by thinking it's a vertical asymptote. And so let's go ahead and take the bottom, set it equal to 0. A lot of different ways you can solve the quadratic. I'm just going to factor it. So mine is x plus 2, x minus 1. And so I'm getting negative 2 and 1. So I would go to the left 2. To the right 1. And then let's look for the horizontal asymptote. So the top is what we call a first degree polynomial. The largest exponent is a 1. The bottom is a second degree polynomial. Largest exponent is a 2. So that's what we call small over big. And so that's y equals 0. And so you have this horizontal at y equals 0. Then let's go ahead and see if we can find any x or y intercepts. Again, I like to find the y-intercept because that's when x is 0. All you have to do is find the y. So if you put a 0 in for all of the x's, the only thing that's left, you have a 0 on top and a negative 2 on the bottom. And so that's 0. So I know my graph hits 0, 0. Now that would count as an x and a y-intercept. So we have to be aware of that. That's an x, and even though I found it as the y-intercept, it's also an x. Now, are there any x-intercepts? So when you go to find x-intercepts, you want to see what is going to make the top 0, but does not make, the bottom equal to 0. You don't want the bottom equal to 0. So if the top is 0, 4x equals 0. When you divide by 4, x is 0. So again, when x is 0, what's my y value? It's going to be 0 again. So you can find that intercept either way. All right, so now when I do my x and y intercepts, 0, 0, and 0, 0, the vertical asymptote, now smaller and larger, left and right. So negative 2 first, positive 1 next. Horizontal asymptote is at 0, and D, N, E. And then let's go figure out what the graph is looking like. And so I typed it into my graphing calculator, and then we go what I call lower left-hand corner, upper right-hand corner, and the S-shaped curve looks like that cotangent graph. It goes up and to the left. So if I was going to draw that in, it's in the lower left-hand corner, upper right-hand corner, and then the S cuts through and rises to the left, drops to the right. So now you can find the correct graph according to your function.